Welcome, 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 welcome. If you're seeing this at the top, you are at the right place. You're at the Coaches Lounge with yours truly, Barbara J. Beckley. And I want to welcome you because this is the place. Yes, this is the place where I find and look and search and ask for wonderful coaches, educators, and consultants to come on my show. So guess what? So they can be spotlighted. So you can understand who's behind the scenes. I always tell people, I never see a lot of love when it comes to coaches. I really don't. I mean, I'm a coach, and I'm like, where's the love? Except for our clients, of course. Hopefully they love us because we're helping them and guide them to that next level, be it in whatever area they want us to be. There is so many different coaches. Think about it. I mean, you have financial coaches, you have mindset coaches, you have personal development coaches, you have health coaches, and then under those genres, and the list goes on. So why not give them the love? Because they're walking with you every day. And just to let everybody know, everybody should have a coach. Everybody. And people are probably like, well, I don't really need a coach. You know what? Oprah Winfrey has a coach. Yep. Okay. A lot of people that are famous and popular right now have coaches. And I'm going to give you a secret. More than one. More than two. So that tells you right there that we all need that help. We all need that push. We all need that strategic guidance in our lives to get us to that next level. And then it's kind of like you're kind of shorting yourself when you don't, right? Because it's like, okay, you got your uniqueness now. Let's let it grow. So with that, this show is to spotlight experts' advice on life and in business. And every time I bring the queens on, if I bring the women on, they're queens, royalty of its best. And I have royalty today. In fact, I've been waiting for this young lady. Yes, very beautiful lady to come on my show for a while. But we've been, with celebrities, it's kind of hard to get on their calendar. So I finally got on her calendar and I was so happy because when I did, I was like, yay, she's coming on the show. So I want to introduce you to this lady. Before we come on, I got to give her some love and what she's doing in the world. This is Shilpa Lewis, spiritual SAG meets social marketing strategist. Shilpa is the founder and owner of Omni Mindfulness Coaching. She is a holistic mindfulness coach and social marketing strategist dedicated to support spiritual female entrepreneurs to finding balance and fulfillment in their personal and professional lives. Now, I'm going to stop right there because, in a movie, they give you like that little trailer and they stop and you'd be like, I want more. What did you do? You just stop. Well, I did that now because I'm not giving any more until she comes on. So let's welcome the queen of herself. We will be right back after this one clip. Barbara J. Beckley, and I'm a visibility and social media strategist. And she's here, the queen.
Thank you, Queen, for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, I told you, you're a celebrity, and I know it was so difficult to get you on the schedule. I was like, I finally got her. We got to get this. We got to do this. And when you said, Barbara, I could do it today, I was like, yes. So, I just want to tell you, because we met through another queen, Miss Holly Menduzzi, and she has introduced me to so many different women through her organization, through her, what she does for us as speakers. And when I first seen you in the group, the first thing I seen was the heart. Your heart is so wonderful, lady. I see why people just draw to you and want to come with you on your journey and to help them grow, because you just have that openness. And see, that's powerful. I'm going to give you some love here. That is very powerful because a lot of times, looking for coaches, looking for people to come into your world and help you, it takes a lot of trust, right? And you got to build a relationship with them and stuff. But with you, it seemed like it's just automatic. So it's not that difficult. It's not like, I got to really get to know this person. I don't know if I want it in my world. But you just come, you just that light. So I just want to give you so much love on that.
That means so much to me. And having the courage to even talk to others. Sometimes people assume that because you have a show or because you're a coach, that it's easy, but we have our own vulnerability.
So you could say that again. You're right. I mean, just because I think we want to make sure we get it right for them. I mean, this is like thing for Barbara Beckley right here, is we just want to make sure because we're in their world, like you said, right? And we just want to make sure that we're leading them the right way, or giving them the instructions, or giving them the tips and everything. So I think that's what makes us, and that's good that we think that way, because we don't have all the answers too sometimes. So we want to make sure that we're on target. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what I love about the fact that when you say queen and you have such integrity behind your words, that comes through as well. I mean, you're inspiring people.
Thank you. Well, you're royalty. I always say women, because we do so much. I mean, you're not only this powerful coach that you're doing to helping women with their strategies for their marketing and their mindset too, but I mean, you're a mother, you're a wife, I know you do other things outside of your business, and that takes a lot. And I tell people, us as women, we got a lot of hats. We got a lot of hats.
We absolutely have a lot of hats. And that's an interesting metaphor, because as someone who is really working on herself continually, mm-hmm. and what I call a work in progress, mm-hmm. and consistency is requirement, mm-hmm. these different hats that I put on, it's on the same Shilpa, because that Shilpa is aligned to the universe and the higher force. And that when we talk about people getting into a situation where they need a coach, mm-hmm. I often believe it's because there's a lack of alignment. So when you're wearing these different hats, you're losing perspective on who you are on the inside.
Oh, that's good. Ooh, that should be one of your, like, a quote. You know how I always tell people, when you sprout out that wisdom, write that down quick, because that's a quote for you.
Yeah, I'll have to listen to this podcast afterwards.
And you know what? I do that sometimes too. I'll be listening to it again. I'm like, oh, that was a quote for them. And sometimes I'll make sure I send it to my guests to make sure they have it. But that was
definitely send that one to me.
So you be talking, be like, oh my God, amazement. So yeah, you have to, with all the hats, you got to stay. It's still you, but it's in a different, like you said, you're evolving, and we're always evolving, right? We're always in a learning pattern. I know I always say it to myself. I said, every day I better learn something, because that's what life is about, right? Yeah,
absolutely. And I keep seeing this message for the last 2 weeks. So I think the universe is trying to remind me of something, that it never gets done, and imperfect action is better than perfection. So that gives you grace of arriving into the space each day, being consistent, and knowing that your job is done. As long as, my first thing I do in the morning is meditate. Mm-hmm. And my guru's guru would say that everything else can wait, but search for God cannot wait. So you give yourself that grace in the morning.
So true, Queen. I tell people all the time, if I don't wake up meditating on God, because I see, you're in the same zone, that everything else doesn't even matter. Because I mean, he has to start with him. It has to start with God. It has to start, whatever your beliefs are. Because I know other people have other beliefs, but whatever it is, you need to start off that way, so you can, that's how your world works. Absolutely. It helps you and draws you to what you're doing. So, I love it. Yes. I don't even know. I know the days when I might not do it. There's some days where I just go right into business mode. And I'm telling you, Queen, big mistake.
Huge it is mistake. Really hard. Like the other day I had to take my son into school earlier, and everything got compromised and skipped. And I could really feel it in my energy, in my body. But, on the topic of energy, though, whether you believe in a universe or God or higher force, whatever it is, think of yourself as energy. If you're pure science, And if you want to get your energy aligned, you do it the first thing in the morning.
Yes. Start early in the morning, because I mean, that's your, well, because a lot of people, like you said, it starts getting crowded after a while. So if you could wake up whenever a person, because some people are morning persons, some people are night, some people middle, but whatever they do, I feel like you should start off with that, because that's a good foundation for you, as you said.
It's a good foundation. Yeah.
Definitely.
I like to call it
now,
like, yeah, sorry. Oh yeah.
No, go ahead.
Just to wrap up on that is that you're just setting the tone for the day, and then it's all, your day is yours. You own it.
Yes, that's even better. Setting the tone, setting that tone. I just want people just to kind of, sometimes you got to just pause for a minute when you say something that's good, like a wisdom thought. Setting that tone is very important. And, sometimes it takes the simplest things like that, Queen, right, to get us back on our focus. I think focus journey, I always call it, or something like that. Because, sometimes we make things more than what it is. It's like, all you got to do, and I'm going to use what you said, all you got to do is set the tone in the morning. That's it. Yeah. All this other stuff you're thinking about, like, oh, I got, just set it. Just, I do the woosha. I always say woosha, and I set myself in that center. Yeah. Ooh, this is good stuff. Good stuff. I'm loving this. So Queen, before we get, because I mean, we're already getting into some good things that you do and what we both agree on, but I want to make sure people understand, because I like to pull that curtain of people and just say, okay, what made you? Because you haven't been this wonderful person that's helping the women's strategy, the marketing, the mindset, and the entrepreneurs. You weren't doing that all the time. Somewhere down the line in your life, something sparked. So can you just give us a little taste on how that started?
Yeah, my journey, I think, sometimes you're already being trained for what you really want. And that purpose is sort of the seed that's been planted.
Yes.
And I think it was a combination of things. It was the culture. I mean, my parents are immigrants from India, and being raised in a dual patriarchal culture, then putting myself into an educational field and corporate field that was male dominated mostly. There were so many challenges, and there was a seed inside of me that felt like I want to do something more spiritual, and I have this desire. So I had been longing to do what is now called holistic mindfulness coaching or mindset coaching. There are different labels, but there was something inside of me. I found myself naturally always wanting to mentor others and give from the heart. If I'd see somebody like at work and I'm like, wow, I see their potential. The world and corporate world can always not be very nice. And I thought, well, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be the one that lets others shine, So it was that in a combination of other life events, including the untimely passing of my mom, which really sparked a deep pain inside of me. It was very sudden. It was really raw. Wow. I didn't heal properly, and I went through so much, and I could have used a coach that I could have trusted. Like you were saying earlier, that I do have that warmth. I needed that warmth. I needed the person I'm becoming, because I didn't have that. I have a great, very supportive husband and family, but sometimes having the mindset tools, having the emotional tools, and then being reminded of the value of meditation, because the very thing I was raised with, I had abandoned for a long time.
Wow.
So a few months after my mom passed, I found myself in front of a computer, and I had already received a yoga certification. And I thought, what will I do with all these things that are more Zen, that's different from what I do in the corporate world? And I thought, you know what? I think I want to, and I wrote it out. And I don't know where it came from. It was like, bam, I'm going to create a company called Omni Mindfulness. That name, the website domain was purchased way before I knew what was going to evolve out of that. It just sat there, and long story short, I found myself drawn to a certain meditation technique. I followed up and I decided, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to become certified as a meditation coach and life coach, and I will do more with it. But I didn't know what that more was.
Mm.
I still had a foot in corporate. I was still doing consulting. But my why, we talk about our why.
Yes.
That
yes.
nagging at my heart. I'm like, if I could define my day and no one was going to tell me what my day looked like and what is the feeling I wanted, I'm like, I want to be able to be around my son and go to his school events, be more present for my dad and my husband, and have the income and then some, but on my own terms.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how how they always say to leave the how to the universe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I trust me, I'm still leaving the how to the universe. I do the work. I show up consistently every day for myself. And long story short, now I'm a spiritual sage and a social marketing strategist.
Look at that. Look at that. See, I always look at this, Queen. That's why I love hearing the backstories of the wonderful coaches and then anybody I'm really talking to or interviewing, because this gives people, first of all, a little glimpse on where this particular coach like yourself arrived from and what was birthed out of something. Either it was something that was, maybe a sad situation in your life, or something that was, you were upset about something. And I always find that out with every person. I mean, either it was something that people wanted to make a change and said, okay, I don't want to be stuck in this box no more, so I'm create my own company. That a lot of people do that. Or I was so saddened about something in my life and I was in a certain, in that mode that something came out of that. So something birthed from your mother. So that's the angel that you have, because she's always going to be with you. I know you know that, right? That she helped birth that. And now what you have now for your own business and what you do every day. So congratulations, Queen. See, that's why I love hearing those stories. That's why I love hearing those stories. And it gives people another idea of, okay, you know what? Coaches connect. That's how we connect with people, because we've been through some things, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, okay, people be like, well, Barbara, you understand? I'm like, okay, we need to have some coffee and maybe 2 hours, and you'll understand that I understand, because, I'm just because I'm a coach, that doesn't mean that nothing happened to me. So, and then it's sometimes, well, this is going to be bad to say, sometimes it's a good thing, because then you can connect with the person and they really understand. So you connect with a lot of people, Queen, of your clients, because you understand, you get it, and you can help them along the way. I love what you did too, going into what you do as far as your coaching. So I like how you kind of took a little bit of the mindfulness strategy, and now you're putting season it a little bit with the social marketing strategist. Look at you.
Yeah. Well, my background is in computer science. I have a master's in computer science. I did all this technology related work for 20 plus years. And every time I would have a situation where, maybe the wording isn't right, but the outcome wasn't quite the way I had hoped on a project or work, I would say, I'm putting my heart and soul in this. I believe in myself. I have all this creative energy and technical skills. I want to be appreciated. And I thought every time I would feel that, I think, if I had my own company, I'd be putting all that talent, skill, knowledge into creating my own stuff.
Yes.
And trust me, it's hard. Being a solopreneur is not always easy.
I'll put my hand up here. I'm with you.
I want such it's not like I can go, hey, high five today. I got something big done.
I know. It's a lot, but you know what? I think of it like that, but then I maybe Queen, you could attest to this. On the other side of the fence, it's so glorifying in your life too, because like you said, you can kind of do what you want to do. You don't have to really question, you do your time, it's just that part of it to help your clients. I think that really makes it all the work worthwhile. Yeah. All the work worthwhile. Yeah.
And just to
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, just to further fine tune that, I realized that as I was doing my Omni Mindfulness Coaching, that there was a little nagging in my heart again that sometimes you need to listen to, which was I need to bring back more of my technology related skills into the mix, because I was working on the Zen part. But as female solopreneurs, often the overwhelm comes from navigating through the technology. And I
Yes.
realized that that's the gift that I also can offer. That's where, the spiritual sage met the social marketing strategist. And I thought, let me bring them together. And it's actually working. I'm now meeting more and more women that are like, oh, that's that one gap. That's the one pain I have in my um, business that I don't know how to resolve. And what's interesting is my conversations are not about just the technology. Inevitably, you're talking about technology, and the mindfulness and mindset stuff comes into it.
Wow. See, you see, that's why I said you brought the best of both worlds on what you do well, and it's working for your clients. It's working for your coaching business, because we do that technology. That's another thing. I mean, I'm going to put my hand to that too. See, I need to be your client on the technology, because that gets kind of overwhelming. And then with everything else, it's like, okay, what do I do? So you come in and you have a little of both that you're helping the female entrepreneurs. And like you said, being a solo entrepreneur, everything that you can get
Yes.
is good. Yes.
It's a lot, because you can't be an expert in every facet of every technology, and technology moves so quickly. And quite frankly, the reason we became solopreneurs is so that we own our time, that we can enjoy our life, not that we can learn about some Excel sheet with some details.
See, Queen, you're bringing me back to corporate. I mean, well, it's funny because I'm kind of in both best of both worlds. I'm in corporate and I have my own business, so I'm knowing both sides of it. So you can kind of say that I'm dipping my feet in the water in both edges, and I can understand a person coming from corporate as far as a person doing their own business and then doing both at the same time. So that's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother show. Yeah.
And it's balancing both is interesting, because I slowly slipped out from corporate, and I often get asked, will you go back? And right now, the truth is that it's really not always fun to know that I don't have that safety net underneath me anymore. However, again, how the universe is going to work it out for me. I'm doing my part every day.
Yes. And then that's all you can do, Queen. And, I just want to mention this before we wrap up, because I want to make sure you get some time at the end to just give us some lasting thoughts. But I love how you bring the wisdom that you do, like you said, from your education, from your master's degree in computer science, and from your heritage, your Hindu heritage, where it shapes you around your 4 foundational pillars. And that's, I think, it's spiritual, mindfulness, energy, awareness, and mindset. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. I did my homework.
You did. Very accurate.
Yes.
Yeah, so when I believe that this holistic approach that I use as a holistic mindfulness coach, all facets are necessary. And it could be that one day you're low on energy and you need to just do some tapping or drink your lemon tea. I mean, we are energetic beings, and we constantly need to re-energize. Yes. Or we have to flip the switch on our mindset sometimes, because it's easy to get stuck. I get stuck.
Yeah. It's funny you said that, Queen, real quickly, that when you're talking about stuck, and another mentor of mine's noticed this about me for the last 2 months. She said, Barbara, I've been noticing, because, I do like the videos you see and the manners and stuff. I create all that. That's part of my business too. And for some reason, my creativity went from here to here. I don't know what happened. I didn't even realize it until she told me. She said, I'm noticing your creativity has gone a little bit. And I'm like, first I was like, what? What are you talking about? She said, no, because I know you and I know how you are when you do that. And she said, for some reason, I'm seeing it slip. She said, what's going on? And, I just have to thank her for being open with me and taking that chance to say that, so I can, tune in and say, okay, yeah, maybe there is something that's going on that I need to, look more deeper, and that helps. That helped a lot. Yeah.
Well, it does, because that little nudge, that little reflection turned into awareness. And that might have saved you a lot of other areas, because if it's occurring as a sign on your business, it might be showing up in other areas of your life.
Yeah. You just see that was good. You're right. And I noticed it did. But if I wasn't open to it, and I know you probably talk a lot with your clients about having to be open to things, because, you can tell them about have the foundation that you have, Queen. You can, give them all the tips. And this is for any coach too. But people have to be respected, to be open enough to hear and really dig in and say, okay, I think I hear what you're saying. Maybe I need to look at that. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
you are offering such a beautiful gift to so many people, touching so many people through storytelling and the power of recognizing that we each have a journey, a past.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you said, even with yours, Queen, how look what became of it. What was birthed again? Look what was birthed out of that. And your mother gave you the gift. I had to go back to her because, for her being now she queen bee. We got the queens, then we got the queen bees. She's the queen bee. She the
Oh,
big
yeah.
queen. And she just left, she left us a gift. And that was you. So look at this. And you see how you're inspiring so many other women. I want you to remember that. And that's what we always need to do with each other. This is the mindset thing, like you said, is to remind each other. Coaches need coaches to remind each other, coach, that, hey, you got it. Don't feel like you're not doing anything. So I just have to let you know, Queen, you are doing so much in this world, being a lighthouse to others,
I feel that same way about you, a queen. And so many souls, and we females need other females to see their light and lift them up.
Yes, definitely. And that's what you do. I like what you do in your lane. You do that so much, and keep doing the day to day. Don't think that it's in vain, because I know it gets to the point sometimes you be like, okay, every day I'm being consistent. I'm doing this. But don't think it, because you don't know you're touching people that you don't even realize sometimes. So I just want to encourage you on that too. But
you're going to make me cry.
No, don't cry. I just tell everybody, because I'm open when it comes to interviews and stuff, because this is conversation, like I told Queen before we get in our virtual green room. This Queen, just to add more to how awesomeness she is. Oh, she's been sick for a while. She's been dealing with a cough and stuff, and she's still on here, giving her presence, talking about her brilliance, her expertise, giving you some golden nuggets. Come on now. That's a crown right there. That's a crown.
Yeah, it's been, I was telling you, that cough has been lingering and punching me.
I know. And see, you still even surpassing that. So that's why I'm so humbled that you're on the show and you're giving me the time to, just talk to me and talk to the audience about you. So Queen, what I want to do, Queen, because we just have a few more seconds left, I want to give you like 30 seconds to give any lasting thoughts. But I'm going to take myself down because I want them just to hear you. Okay. I will be right back though. Give you that 30 seconds.
So lasting thoughts. I recognize that each of us has our own path and journey. And what I want to encourage you to do is to just take a moment to pause and recognize the value and awesomeness that you bring into life. Each of us has a gift. You are unique. And when we just consistently take time to become aware and pause on many levels, whether it's being spiritual, whether we're just checking in on our energy, our mindset, or just being mindful of our thoughts. And you're often just one thought away from making this incredible shift energetically. And if you can just be aware of those thoughts, you don't know what incredible outcome is awaiting you just a day, 2 days, a month from now. You have that capacity to make that shift. And it just starts with your mindset and your thoughts.
Okay. I have nothing else to say. That was a mic drop. Queen, you got to re-listen to that because there was some things you need to pull out as far as your quotes. I've noticed that. So yes, thank you, Queen, for coming on my show. And now that you came on first time, you are family. Anytime you want to come back, talk about anything that you're doing in your world that you want people to know, you are welcome. You are more than welcome.
Thank you so much, and vice versa. I'd love you back again.
Oh yeah, I was on her show, everybody. Yeah, please. Oh, if real quickly, because I do have your website down below. But did you want to tell anything else that about your show? Because you have a wonderful show. If people want to come on.
So my podcast is Omni Mindfulness, and I'll be releasing my podcast with Barbara in just a month on conscious connections. And she went deep and very inspiring because in the time of holidays, often we get lonely. It's so important to make those conscious connections. So tune in to Omni Mindfulness podcast, available on all major platforms, and my YouTube, Omni Mindfulness on YouTube. And I'm also teaching a masterclass on energy awareness. So if you go to my website, on the tab, you'll see a tab to sign up for my energy awareness masterclass just in time for the holidays so that you can spark up your energy and your vitality.
And I think we all need a bit of that. So please, her website's below, Queen, Shilpa, and Lady again. And also, just to add to what this Queen was saying, if you want to work with her, she has other tools. She's a coach. She works with you in group sessions. I mean, she'll probably do some one-on-ones, but again, she's valued, so it's a cost, just to let you know. And she's a brilliant coach. I love her, and she's just a lighthouse, as I said, to the world. So, Lady, again, come back. I would love for you to come back. Like I said, your family. And if anybody else is interested in being on the Coaches Lounge, please just come and just check out me. Any social media handle, because I'm on all of them, and we can set up a date and a time, just like this wonderful Queen here. So as I always say, please make sure that your uniqueness, like Queen said, we have a special gift in us. Let it show for the world. And then also on top of that, to help others, you need others to help you grow. So make sure that you get those coaches in your life that's going to help you grow to that humongous lighthouse to the world. See y'all next time. Bye.